Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with my paper crafting YouTuber top for November, Most Magical Place on Earth. And I went a little rogue. It is maybe not the most magical place on Earth, but my son picked Weenie Beanie as his favorite part of our entire trip out to the East Coast. So that's what we're going with. So I'm working on this Kill a Kit in November, and it has a plethora of things in it, but mostly these two back papers are for Maggie Holmes, as well as this little heart paper, Maggie Holmes Round Trip. This is from the Fernwood by Vicky Booten collection. This little chipboard clipboard is also from Vicky Booten's Fernwood. That is what I'm going to go with, just as a spoiler alert. And then I have this bit of ephemera and stickers that I've picked out. This top part's from the Maggie Holmes round trip. This side over here is Simple Stories, and then this bottom part is from the Fernwood collection. And they all, other than a few of those stickers from Maggie Holmes, they all came out of my Kill Kit. So with all this stash in this picture, let's see how this goes. So first things first, I have no clue what I'm doing. I haven't got an idea in my head necessarily. I knew I wanted to use these papers because the Weenie Beanie sign is yellow and red, and I loved that this yellow Maggie Holmes paper is really busy, so I wanted to kind of cover it some, but I also didn't want it to be like every other layout that I seem to feel like I do, that is just a matted 11.5 by 11.5 or whatever. So I decided to do a strip down the side. Instead, well, at this point, I just knew I was only doing a strip and I don't know where it's going. So I trimmed my picture just a little so that I can use that heart paper from Maggie Holmes as my first mat for my picture, but I wanted the hearts to be going the correct direction, so I wanted to trim my picture just a little. And then I matted it on that dark blue, and that dark blue matches this Maggie Holmes paper really well, those dark blue like Departure and Adventure and things like that are on there. So I'm really excited about how well these colors go together. So that's why I picked them. I'm not always really good at color coordinating, but henceforth why I typically wear like blue jeans or black pants or khaki pants, because, you can't go wrong. So my clothing choices are definitely a little bit more on the safe side. So I'm going to just start. I have not put that chipboard clipboard down yet. I haven't decided for sure if that's where it's going. I want to create the 3 clusters, and I kind of do 4. It's really 3 clusters and then just kind of like a little extra to bring the whole layout together. So I'm going to start in the bottom right corner, and mind you, I drove there, but I felt like the taxi was really fitting because we were in a really busy city and we saw plenty of taxis while we were down there. And so I went ahead and used it. I have never, y'all are going to laugh, I've never in my entire life, and I'm 47 years old, been in a taxi cab. I've never been in an Uber. I did a paid ride share to Disney, but I've never actually been in a taxi. So there you go. I have never had an opportunity to really use a taxi cab sticker or embellishment. So I put that down there. I do cover the word taxi, but it is a taxi. I mean, it's not like there's any way around that. But we did drive, so I kind of felt like that was fine. And it doesn't have to be super themey. And then I'm just going to build like this massive cluster of all the different things. The little apple is from the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Harvest Garden. I said that wrong. I do that all the time. Country Harvest. Simple Vintage Country Harvest. Why do I do that, guys? Anyway, so I put those in there. I felt like since this was a food place, that adding little bits of food, even though we didn't have any apples and we didn't have a baked pretzel, and I put those both on there. There were mushrooms on my sandwich, so I felt like that was fine. Anyway, I felt like this was a time to add those. I didn't put like ice cream cones or anything like that, but I did add the apples and the pretzel, and I just tucked them in a big cluster down there at the bottom. And then I move up to right underneath the picture, and I'm going to make another cluster. So I'm kind of going in a diagonal at this point. And I do decide that I want to put the sticker here where those open spaces and the picture just says my favorite place. Now, Was it my favorite place? No, the food was good, but there I had better memories than just this. It was an interesting experience, by the way. And like I said, the food was good, but it is my son's absolute favorite part of our entire trip. And we went to Gettysburg, and we went to Arlington, we went to Washington, D.C., we were in Virginia. We had a lot of adventures, and eating at a little roadside place called the Weenie Beanie was his favorite. Now, my kid is a culinary kid. He loves, he's a foodie, and we found this place on Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And so that was what I looked for it on purpose. Like I was looking for some places that he had been on, because that's one of my kiddos' favorite shows. So I am just tucking and clustering. Decided to make my third cluster right above to the right of the picture on the top. And then I am going to add a little something in the top left corner, just because I felt like that whole space up there is just being, I almost said mistreated, but ignored. And I don't like that. I want to bring the whole thing together. I mean, the layout as a whole is is the whole point. It's the whole 12 by 12. So I've got things on here like word phrases that say these are delicious days. That came from the Simple Stories collection. Then I have, like I said, my favorite place is what the sticker says on the picture. There's a little chipboard label or tag right above the picture that says yes please. There's a little label that says let's go from Maggie. That's the Maggie Holmes collection. There's some other word phrases I've tucked in that say places to go, full of wonder. And then this is our happy place. Fall days are my favorite. Like I just kind of put different things. And then the sticker up at the top is a label, and it says love this, and it's in gold. And I like that because I put gold in all four really clusters, mostly in the three, but there's a little bit in that one right below the picture. And so I just wanted to spread the different collections. I wanted something from all of the collections in each of the clusters. So the mushrooms are from the Vicky Boutin collection, the Fernwood. The apples are from the Simple Stories collection. And then there's at least one or two different things like the taxi, the there's that sticker that's right below the picture that's got like you can't see it very well right now. It's the very first thing I did right there. And it has like a city street, and it's got like a place for the date, which of course I forgot. And I wrote that on my clipboard when I put it over there, but that's okay. I can have it on there twice because I will put that on there. Or I could, if I find it, I can find out when the Weenie Beanie was established and put that date there. I might do that. So anyway, I'm just putting all the different things. There's some flatback brads, and then this sticker right here says pure happiness, and I just can't find a place for it. Like it didn't feel organic, like it belonged. I had enough word phrases on here. There wasn't really a place it could kind of get tucked. I could have put it on this clipboard, but I didn't feel like that was going to look right, so I just put it back. It's the only sticker that I pulled that I did not use, so that I think is pretty darn good considering I had a ton of stuff on there. So I ended up putting this down a little further than I originally had it because I put that fall days are my favorite over there right underneath the this is our happy place to the left of the picture. And I actually like it better here. It doesn't look like I'm trying to center everything. And then I just journal the date and then talk about how after we had an emotional day at Arlington National Cemetery, we headed into Arlington downtown and found this place, which of course I already had hunted down before because my kiddo wanted me to find some places on the diners, drive-ins, and dives, and that this was my son's favorite stop on our entire trip. But I felt like it needed a little something, so I go ahead and cover my picture, and I covered the journaling, and I brought in Picked Raspberry by Tim Holtz in the Distress Oxide, and I do a little splattering in the bottom, in the top, and then in that top left corner. And then because there's some light blue in there as well, I brought in the tumbled glass and did the same thing. And I like the colors because the pink is pretty close to the pink from the Maggie Holmes. So, and once it dries, it'll be a little lighter than it is in this close-up you're going to see. But either way, it goes really well with the colors, and I am happy with the way this layout turned out. Now, is this the most magical place in the world? Nope. But it was my son's most magical part of our trip, and so I felt like it was okay. I did Disney last year. I spent like 4 months scrapbooking 8 scrapbooks of our Disney trip in 2021. And I have pictures that I could document and for my daughter's book, but I just wanted to work on this. So I made it work, guys. So I hope you're not disappointed that it's not Disney. Please go check out the link below and all the different people who are hopping along. I'm getting this up a few minutes late, so I hope that you will go check them all out. I can't wait to see what they do. Have a great day and happy scrapping.